multi-talented, everybody knows him, everybody's fucked, oh no, I didn't say that. Everybody knows him, and he's a guy around town that everyone knows. Please welcome David Bateman. Do you mind being filmed, Mr. Bateman?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, I knew you'd say that somehow.
If I go over, just stop me.
Oh, I will. I'll throw my dress at you.
I'm gonna read, I'll read it's only 2 pages, but it's a lot of words.
Okay.
And it's all a lie.
Okay, good. That's the word.
It's called irresistible stigmatism, the condition in which the eye focuses normally. That's a quote. I don't know why this line is there, because I haven't read it in a long time. It says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Maybe that's an epigram. Anyway, here we go. Lonely, irresistible mathematician watching sunlight multiply in the valley, sharing thick-coated cinnamon buns in his saddlebag, driving me up to Griffith Park to see the stars, and I thought he meant the ghosts of James Dean and Sal Mineo and Natalie Wood in that car race scene from Rebel Without a Cause, and William Shatner mourning wives and singing Moon River badly with all the other planetary prides of internations overlooking LA and the Pacific Rim, and my math bow unwittingly encouraged my fascination with all that glitters as he pointed to the entrance to the open-air Greek theater, where I remembered seeing that live broadcast of one of Neil Diamond's outdoor concerts in 1972 when I was 16. So I had this math genius pegged for a real soulmate, someone who could admit to loving and failing to resist all the tackiest things in life, even when I am trying to impress people with my taste in music. I cannot seem to resist lapsing into Neil Diamond, Michael Bolton, Barry Manilow medleys accompanied by a bad impersonation of Kenny G through atonal neo-saxophonic nostrils. And when we got to the top, he pointed toward the lookout in the giant vagiphalic telescopic observatory, gazing over valley curtains, deserts, mansions, seas, and I suddenly realized that he meant another kind of star, not the kind that fills me with profoundly superficial glee at the very thought of all that fame and fortune, not the kind I would abandon family for and sing on their televised Christmas specials and pretend I was their funny cousin drawing geometric jokes from life and standing up telling stories and shaking people's hands, pretending this is real because it is the irresistible afterglow of retreating into the bloodless fantasy of not believing in some monolithic truth. Nothing else can work beyond the existential magic, this irresistible stellar constellation of very pretty people and things. And when he drove me back to Canada from the coast of that other irresistible country, replenished his cinnamon buns at every truck stop he could find them in, we stopped at Keppelhenge, built in honor of the last millennium, alongside Georgian Bay, to watch the sky between the rocks. And I lied and told him Goldie Hawn, Kim Basinger, Alec Baldwin, and Kurt Russell all had cottages nearby, when it was really the Muskokas. But he didn't care. He thought my lies were golden and laughed and kissed my cheek whenever I had a few drinks. And I kept calling out for Natalie and Sal, and he forgave me for mistaking his passion for the galaxy for my obsession with Hollywood. So I took him to Nose Hill and then to Casa Loma as we crossed the continent from end to end, and it all drove me wildly insane, made me feel like a star shrieking on an old Chipmunks album, or the silent screen in old Chaplin Keaton or Peter Fonda films, on the back of the Math Geek's Harley, smiling into sunlight, crashing into my helmet visor with the thud of immortal moths. It was all so soft and tender and unspeakably immediate and exciting and irresistibly false. From Griffith Park to Nose Hill to Keppelhenge and Casa Loma and all the heights I never expected to reach with a single human being, believing that the only stars I really saw that night were the ones in his eyes, and his eyes, always seemed a little crossed. But there may have been a reflection at dusk in the stars of my own eyes, connecting with his pupils, so the stars were mine alone, and he was just a lonely, stigmatismed mathematician I could never resist watching. I could never resist watching sunlight multiply in the valley.